Oh man, y'all would not believe what is about to go on today. Let me tell y'all what's happening. All right, first of all, we gonna get it out the way early, fast, quick, fast, and in a hurry. You tapped in. This is our disclaimer. You tapped into the Make a Culture Move. Top of the top with King Phillip. You know what I mean? Podcast show where we talking about the destructive behaviors in the Black and brown community, but not only talking about those behaviors, but looking at the solutions. These behaviors are destructive, and we're not saying too much about it. So, with this, our disclaimers really is this is experience based. You know what I mean? We didn't have to go find the research and put together the data and stuff like that. We are the research. We are the data. Our lives is that. So if you feel some kind of way about what we say on this here top of the top with King Phillip, I'm infamous for check yourself, reflect on why you had a problem with what was said. That's always the go-to. You know what I mean? All right. So today, oh man, we talking about voting. Of course, we gonna go there, and the perspectives and the everything that you're gonna hear on this page. You know what I mean? Is gonna be Let me go ahead and do this one time. It's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be on me. That's what it is. So I can't say I'm sorry for my perspective. Period. All right. So before we jump into this, you know what I mean? If you have not done so, go ahead and check out our Make a Chess Move, our Chess Move page. You know what I mean? Where we got this dope toolkit. We got the donation link. You know what I mean? So hit the donation link. If you want to make a donation, by all means, do that. But we push people to utilize that link. It's a toolkit on there. In the toolkit, it has pictures and posts that you can share on your platforms with your audience and your people to drive them to the page to make a donation. You know what I mean? So that's our wave. That's our push. You understand it? So yeah, go ahead and check that out. Go ahead and check out our makeachessmove.com. I mean, our Facebook page. You know what I mean? /303. Everything is /303. Y'all heard it once. Y'all heard it before. Our Instagram /303. Our Twitter, we got a, you know what I mean, /303. And we got the pin interest. You know, Timbit. So tap into all those. You'll be surprised what you see on there. We truly doing this work. All right. So let's get into the voting. Let's get into the shit talking. You know what I mean? Today's the day where y'all pick y'all's master. You motherfucking right I was gonna go there. I don't know what you thought this was, shoot. Today is the day where y'all pick y'all's master. All right. Y'all probably like, he's saying, y'all, oh, Phillip ain't voting. Oh, Phillip ain't voting. Phillip's one of them type of niggas. All right, I'll be that for now being. But we're going to break all that down at the end. So this guy or that guy, who you got and why? This guy or that guy, who you got and why? All right, I was told from an older white guy that if Biden does not win, what we are doing at Macam, you know what I mean? Do y'all see that little logo thing right there? Where's it at? It's over here somewhere. Boom, there it go. That logo right there. You know what we doing with Macam? This logo up here, all inside. What we doing with Macam? He said that what we doing with Macam will not be successful if Biden does not win. All right. So let me go ahead and give y'all a little background. You know what I mean? First of all, me and that guy, we had went back almost 20 years. Actually over 20 years. You know what I mean? 21, 22 years. All right. So he know what kind of drive I got. He know what kind of individual I am. He know when it comes to getting it, I get it. That's my assumption. But also the first, I would say, mind y'all, we started Macam in 2011. All right. We got legs underneath us in 2017. So that first 6 years, boy, that was a struggle. All right, mind you, no salt to to the folks, you know what I'm saying? But that was when my man Obama was in office then. You know what I'm saying? So 2017 we finally got our 501c3, and from that point on it seemed like we had took off. So, and I'm looking at the time frame, not giving him nothing. I ain't giving the Trump administration the motherfucking thing, first of all. You know what I mean? 2017 we took off. 2018 we skyrocketed. 2019 was a motherfucking year that I can't explain. In 2020, I can't even explain how we is in a position right here besides saying, thank you, God. That's all I can say at that point. So I'm saying all that to say, who you got and why? For somebody who I consider pretty close to me to say that if an old white guy don't win, all right, that he has the power to make sure that the organization that we started to do the work to help not help, but to support the students, to encourage compassionate thinking. You know what I mean? That's not that when I say compassionate thinking, we're not just thinking about our decisions and what we're doing. We're thinking about who's being affected by those decisions that we are making. You know what I mean? I'm getting there. We gonna get it. All right. So that's what we doing. So for somebody who I consider close to say that to me, I don't deal with that person no more. I cut them off. All right. I'm still sipping. All right, I'm still sipping. But said all that to say, for that individual, and this person was on my board of directors. He was the treasurer on my board. We ain't gonna get into all that, but this person has, he has intel on what Malcolm is doing. He's seen our trajectory. I hope I'm saying that right. Trajectory. He's seen our trajectory. He see how much I make annually, how much our organization make. And he still made that statement, not knowing the drive behind, this right here. I don't know what kind of drive they have in that shit that they got. But when it comes to this right here, my grit, my determination, my perseverance, man, it's I could, you know what I mean, but it's no point in putting the energy, because I had put that energy out yesterday in terms of, this is the, I had sent a text message yesterday morning and it was to him. You know what I mean? This dude, he rolled with me when I was in prison type of shit, but it's the same dude who started to believe what these folks were saying in this paperwork. Like I wasn't in that organization working every day for you building your shit up. You know what I mean? So, learn some valuable skills. I ain't gonna take that away. You know what I mean? But it's with that text message, it ended with, this is gonna be my last type of communication to or from you. You know what I mean? If you wanted to say something, you would have reached out to me and said something. I gave him ample enough time to come and check his whiteness. You know what I mean? Because that's the problem right now. There's a lot of white folks in this climate who don't realize and don't know how the fuck to check their whiteness. And then even there's a whole lot of black folks. We ain't talking about white folks. There's a whole lot of black folks who don't know how to check their whiteness. These niggas out here, let me tell you, first of all, oh boy, that tea is bomb though. But there are a lot of black folks out here who can't check their whiteness as well, and I don't know how. One thing that I haven't figured out myself is, and it's something that I'm proud of some of the other brothers who I see doing it. When I see other brothers who can, what they call that, code switch, you know what I mean? I'm like, I can't code switch. I haven't figured that skill out, and that's a very valuable skill because you're able to hide your culture within their culture, just by how you talk to them, just by your mannerisms, just by how you carry and hold your nuts. You know what I'm saying? That's a very valuable skill that I haven't mastered yet. And I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to. You know, if folks can't understand what I'm saying just by how I'm saying it and with the passion that I'm saying it in, then again, I don't know what to tell you, but my thing is getting ready to die. I can't let this die on me. That'll suck. I don't know what I was thinking getting started without plugging it up in the first place. All right, I think I got action. Yo. That's in there. All right, I think I got action. All right. So coming back to my question, I just gave y'all just a little bit of, you know what I mean, what I was told that if Biden don't win, you know what I mean. And me, I'm the type to, if you tell me something, I'm gonna do the opposite just to prove you wrong. I started looking at, okay, since Trump has been in office, Malcolm has done nothing but skyrocketed. So what the fuck you mean if Biden don't win, Trump is going? Saying they were saying like there's going to be blockage that's going to be put in place that's going to stop black and brown nonprofits to get money to do the work for the black and brown communities. I mean, he's been in place. He's been in office already. I know he want to go out with a bang, but at the same time, if I know not to expect shit from him, why would I orchestrate a plan that will give them any kind of power, any kind of leeway, any kind of anything that's going to interrupt what we doing over here? That's what I'm saying. Like that statement, I hope we get a few white folks coming in. That statement was very insensitive. Very insensitive. All right. No place for it. You know what I mean? So who y'all voting for? You got this white guy or you got that white guy? This is the day y'all vote for y'all's master. You know what I mean? And me personally, I don't care. I don't care. Just because of the fact that I don't know. I don't see how they can interrupt what we doing. I guess that's me being small minded. That's me being an ant. You know what I mean? You know, they could be the boot getting ready to stomp a nigga out and shit like that, but right now I don't see this boot stomping out, nothing. So I don't care when it comes to Trump, Dump, or Biden. Well, I say Biden. Both of them old and white, so I'm sure that one of their grandparents was racist as fuck. Even their parents was racist as fuck, had some slaves. So now they want to, I mean, come on. Old white men, you know what I mean? But to be honest with you, I with me knowing that I can't expect nothing from Trump, I know that, first of all. I know that. We know this. Trump ain't for us, period. Versus, with Biden and Harris, I don't know what to expect from them. I don't know what to expect from them. I don't know if it's true, but I heard that Harris was the prosecutor of Oscar Grant, the police officer who had killed Oscar Grant. Mind you, he only got 11 months. And if she was the prosecutor in that case, this is a black life. And Biden, he's too creepy. I see too many videos of this nigga filling up little girls and shit like that, man. Like, come on, that shit ain't cool. And y'all still voting for this nigga? Come on, man. What kind of people are y'all? That's the true question. So that's the first question that I'm gonna throw out there. You know what I mean? Who y'all got and why? All right. Who y'all got and why? It ain't like I'm gonna judge you. You know, again, people just like there's three type of people. You know, there's the type who, you know, hey, I don't care who you vote for, just vote. You know what I mean? Boom, I like them. Then there's the type to, you know what I mean, to see what it is. You know what I mean? And they like, man, that's up to you if you want to vote or not. You know what I mean? That's that type. And then there's the other type that say, vote blue. Everything blue. We gonna vote everything blue. Gang banging. We gonna vote everything blue. How the Bloods feel about at that actually? Do y'all still vote red just because they like vote everything blue? How do the Bloods feel about that? I've been thinking about that. Like, how y'all feel about they saying vote everything blue on Crip? You know what I mean? Vote blue on Crip. All right. Period. You know what I mean? It's those ones who be like, who anything other than a vote for blue or Biden is a vote for Trump. I hate them. Ooh, y'all gonna get the boot. Y'all gonna get the boot, and it ain't gonna be from those who you're expecting it to come from. But y'all are gonna get the boot. Y'all ain't shit. Just so I can put that out there clear. Just to take something away from somebody, their own choice, to say that if they decide to vote for an independent party or a green party or, you know, any kind of other party, that is a vote for Trump because they chose not to go and vote your way, y'all's way. So it's a vote for Trump. That's boo-boo. Y'all niggas is garbage. Real life. I take you out and sit you on the curb. Garbage. All right, so that's how I feel about y'all. You know what I mean? And it's disgusting, you know, because there's a whole lot of elite black folks that's in that crowd, and there's a whole lot of what they say the FAUX, the faux black folks. You know what I mean? Who's trying to get into that elitism? They ain't gonna let y'all win, man. Y'all looking like clowns, still trying to get into there. The faux, whatever it is, but. You know what I mean? There's a whole lot of those black elitism because that's where their money is tied into. You know what I mean? So that's, you know, I believe we had touched on that in another episode, but that's, you know, another problem within the black community. Again, we're looking at under the umbrella. What are these problems within our issues? I mean, within our community. You know what I mean? And today we're talking about voting. So don't forget what we're under. You know what I mean? What we're talking about. All right. So, my question number 2, going off of that, why are so many black folks pushing let's all vote to get Oompa Loompa out if our vote don't count to get the president out? You know what I mean? For the presidency. Like, my vote right now, regardless if I vote Biden, Trump, if I vote the other, if I vote Kanye, fuck it ain't gonna matter. I won't be surprised if Kanye don't win a popular vote. But that electoral college ain't gonna let motherfucking Kanye West in the mother. Y'all stupid, all right? Y'all stupid if you think that's happening, because it's not gonna happen at all. You know what I'm saying? You real stupid, all right? So even if the people vote Kanye in, even if the people vote whoever the fuck else at the low bottom, like nobody ever heard of, in the electoral college, you know, that's what I mean by, you know what I mean, our vote don't count. You know, so I had a dude tell me, your ancestors, some of your ancestors died so you could vote. Yeah, that's how I felt about that. You know what I mean? That's how I really felt about that. You know, like, Nah, homie. You know what I mean? Number one, our ancestors wasn't the same. That's number one. You know what I mean? I already hashtagged and put that out there on the book. So if you hashtag our ancestors ain't the same, that was a clown move, honestly. You know, and I'm getting tired of hearing that because our ancestors wasn't the same. You know, yours was doing what you were doing right now. That's complying. That's not standing up. That's not holding your nuts. And that's when I say hold your nuts. That's a figuratively. You know what I mean. I'm using that word. I'm using that. All right. However, like, I mean, I know niggas who really grab their nuts and hold their nuts. But it's just a power stance. All right, it's a power position. All right, so if you say something, you meant it, and you ain't gonna take it back. That's you holding your nuts. So women, yeah, you can hold your nuts too. It's no thing. You understand it? That's it. But coming back to it, that's going back to the if we know that again, if we know that our vote don't count to get Oompa Loompa out of the office, then why the fuck is we pushing this amongst our people who may not know? The dumbass blind trying to lead the blind. I ain't gonna call those who don't know dumb. But when you know and you still pushing that old dumbass agenda, like, excuse me, but this is a problem within our black community. If you don't know, then don't push the agenda if you don't know. I only say something if I know something. There's many schools that came and started in Denver within the last 10 years that I helped, that I was a thought partner, that I was in on round tables to get these schools started. So when I see that these schools are diverting from what they had originally wrote and stuff like that in paperwork, I was on board chairs. Once I see that, and I'm like, and it's bad for us in the black community to question other black folks. And that's the sad part. So I'm going to take myself, for example. I just commented on a school on Sims Fayola. We talking about it. Sims Fayola, they started, I'm going to say like 2011, 12, maybe. Could have been 13, but 12, I believe, 13 at the latest. At that time, it was started for young black and brown young boys. And I had a few of the youngest right now who they gang banging and everything. They was then, but they wasn't heavy in it. You know what I mean? They used to tell me all the time, man, Phil, they got me coming to school in this motherfucking blazer and this damn tie and all this other shit. Like, this ain't me. And I'm like, man, that's something new. I know it ain't you, but try it out. You know what I mean? That's me encouraging. Pushing them to try something new. You know what I mean? So, I was on board. I just saw a picture on Facebook that was making its way around, and I just helped make its way around a little bit. Shared it, because the picture it was all white folks in the background. Maybe one Mexican. It looked like, you know what I mean. And it was a woman, and one male white dude. Their shirt said, "I am equity." I simply said, when I shared the equity for who, then I asked, was this the same Sims Fayola? Then I said, this is a terrible representation of what we need. We don't need more white teachers teaching our black babies how to be black kings and black queens from their white perspective, from their white bubble. And I don't know why this is crazy for me. If I'm in a group, all right, if I'm in a group of thought partners, and we're talking about white culture and white issues and stuff like that, I mean, first of all, I wouldn't be there. All right. First of all, but I'm trying to put it out there just so y'all can see it. If I was in there, I wouldn't be. I mean, I would be questioning why am I here in the first place. Number one, because what we tend to think that the system is broken. You know what I mean? Like white folks teaching black kids, that's a part of the system that's broken. No, no, fuck no. The system is not broken. The system is not broken. These same white teachers can go out to these white schools and be so effective. The system is not broken. All right. So again, when we're trying to teach, educate white and brown folk, I mean white folks on how to work with us, why are we still doing? Why are we still talking about shit that for black folks it comes natural? Why do we need to teach them what comes natural to us when it comes to working with our babies? Why do we continue? Why do we need to continue to go to them to train them to work with our babies? And this is a black male who's bringing these, you know what I mean, who's going through this training, who's doing this training for these educators. And mind you, I don't know how many. He told me that there were 30 educators, and out of the 30, that was the picture of the ones who successfully completed up to this far. And I'm like, if those are the ones who successfully completed up to this far, then what are the black educators doing that they're not completing at the same rate? Why are we falling short? What's happening? So there are so many issues within that. And me being a community member, I had questions. I was told to call me. I mean, why can't I get the, you know what I mean? I like Scribe. I like to read what was said so I can put some thought to it. I like to be able to come back to what was said so I can put a little bit more thought to it. And then I like to read what I'm going to say before I send it just so I can make sure there was enough thought in it before I send it. I be low key spitting in here and y'all don't even be knowing, yeah, and 10-bit. Sure. But why do we have, coming back to the point, why are black folks, and I'm truly pushing, I mean, I'm truly talking about the Black Democratic Party, you know what I mean? There's a whole lot of black Democratic folks out here that's truly pushing that. Let's all vote to get Oompa Loompa out, when we know it's not our vote that gets him out. It's our vote that gets the senators in our states elected and out and get him out. They vote for him or her, whoever the president could be. So that's who do it. But I'm just still like, okay, if we know that's a problem, let's vote to get Oompa Loompa out. Let's vote to get Oompa Loompa out. Like, that's, how's we still pushing? How's, I don't understand. You know what I mean? I don't understand. But that's that's the second question. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna dive too deep into it just because of the fact. I mean, I think we dove into it enough. Just to get that point out there. Like, you got the dumbass blind leading the blind, and yes, I said it. So for those who are putting that message out there, of black folks all need to vote blue, black folks need to all vote for Biden, black folks need to all vote to get Trump out of the office, you dumb as fuck. You sound stupid as shit. I said it. And I got to reflect on why I feel away for y'all saying that dumbass shit. Because that makes me feel away. And again, I ain't going to point my finger at y'all for a way that I'm feeling, but Yeah, they. I mean, at the end of the day, my man Kevin Ben, he said, let them clean up their own mess. I mean, at the end of the day, yes. How though? Because they ain't gonna clean it up. They just gonna keep sweeping it under the rug, disappear until the next presidential election or until the next local something that's gonna affect their money. But you know what I mean? That's that's our great our grandbabies and our great grandbabies problems. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking about those to now. To now. You know, Timbit. So let's go ahead and we're gonna keep it moving. All right. So, my third question, my third and final question. All right. Who's really voting? And did I vote? No, I did not send in no mail-in ballot this year. Have I voted previously? First of all, who's really voting? Who's really voting? All right. That's what I want to know. And I don't mean the ones who's just on Facebook talking that I get out and vote. Uh, you need to vote. You know what I mean? Vote and not voting. I mean, who's really voting? I know my man Chuck, he like, shit, I ain't never gonna vote. And he held his nuts with that. Motherfucking Mount High salute to my man Chuck. You know what I mean? Fucking me, intimate. All right. And he said that with some justification too. And I'm like, you damn right you'll do that. Who's really voting? Did I vote? Y'all gonna be mad at what y'all hear from me. Y'all gonna be, boy, I tell you. I do exercise my right to vote. I will say that much, all right? What I do, if I don't like the candidates, if I don't like what I see on the ballot, I won't vote for nothing. I'll simply sign my ballot, put it in the mail, sign that joint, and get it the fuck out of here. This year, I didn't send a mail-in ballot. I'm gonna go down there to the thing and to the polling station. Man, these people don't get, and it's like when it comes to local shit, more, you know what I mean? More stuff that I'm seeing local, that's what I truly look at. I don't just look at the presidential shit, you know what I mean? Because that shit is, I'm looking at who our councilman, our councilwoman, who's going to be our next a governor or our next mayor. I'm staying that local. You know what I mean? I want to know who's going to be in these districts. All right. I want to know what laws is going to be passed is going to affect the land that I'm staying on. I want to know what they're going to do with the homeless that stand up the street from my building. What's equity? Who's really voting and did I vote? No. I do not vote blue just because everybody say vote blue. Just because that's going to line your pockets. Just because that's going to get you fat and heavy. No, I don't do that. I don't vote because I'm programmed to. My bad. He just hit it. I voted because I've been programmed to like a sucker. All right. I don't vote because I'm programmed to. All right. The last time I voted, it was 2008. No, that ain't the last time I voted. The first time I voted, it was 2008, and I voted for Obama. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to see a black man in that thing. That was it. That was it. All right. And I was in the Pinta when I voted. So I was in the pen, and everybody was around me around the table when I was filling out my ballot. They like, yeah, do that. Yeah, but what's this right here? And I'm trying to break it down to them, and they're like, all right, nah, don't vote for that. Don't vote for that. Yeah, cuz do that. You know what I mean? It was crazy because it was a point where my vote counted for everybody's in there. You know what I mean? So that was the first time I voted, and that's symbolic to me, just because I was in a place where people don't usually vote from. I was in a pinta. You know what I mean? Um, Voted for Obama. You know what I mean? Did my thing, and then 2012 voted for Obama again. You know what I mean? Did my thing. Just because it's. But at the same time too, I do know that all skin folk ain't kin folk. I know all people who got this right here ain't for us. But in the position that President Obama was in that White House, and these white systems that wasn't designed to put him in that position. Come on, man, he could only do so much. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see what he's doing out, because I still ain't hearing too much about this Obama Foundation and that shit too. So I'm gonna give him a little bit more time to make a little bit more noise. You know what I mean? But I don't jump on bandwagons just because somebody say vote blue. All the black people in the Democratic Party are voting blue. I don't vote it because my mom's mom and my mom's dad and my mom and my dad and everybody did that. Nah. I like to be educated on things if I do vote. You know, if something gets my vote at all, you know what I mean? But I do sign and send in ballots. All right. So there's been plenty of times where, the last election, that shit was a joke. This shit is a joke. Last election, I sent in a blank ballot, but they had my signature. You know what I mean? Kiss my ass, say something. All right. I don't. This ballot, I'm a more than likely. You know what I mean? They gonna get my signature again. So you don't need these people calling me talking about, well, public records. I know y'all be getting public records texts talking about, are you gonna vote today? Public records. All right. These people are terrible. Whatever the fuck CIRC fund is, CIRC fund, action fund, they're terrible. All right. My man, he said voting local is important. We need to provide an agenda instead of voting for what we are given. I mean, that's part of the problem. You know what I mean? That's part of the solution. You know, a lot of black does, but it's the same shit that is being done. They want to bring in white consultants. They want to consult with white firms. They want to do what has been done before that has got us in this position right here, right now. In a sense that it's going to work. And that's their agenda. Their agenda don't match. A lot of the money, when it comes to black folks and the money, their agendas don't match with the people in the community's agenda at all. And the crazy part is the black folks with money come from the hoods, come from that shit, so they know what it is. So I hate election times. I hate, you see how people are coming out. You know what I mean? You see how people are coming out. And that's a good thing about having Trump in office. He made it so that we can see who these people are. Bright as daylight, too. We can see them clear as y'all looking at me right now. All right, if it's clear or not. He gave these white folks the the whole nuts ability. You know what I mean? You be proud to hold your nuts. Be proud to hold your little white nuts. You know what I mean? Be proud of it. You're white. Be proud. Yeah, yeah. We're the greatest. I don't know if that's how he sound or anything, but I be looking to him talk. Trump is a whole comedian. Y'all don't even know what y'all got in this office right now. This dude is a whole comedian. He he would talk shit hard, but then he would go right back to his point that he practiced a million times and he nail it every time. And I know in the back of his head when he do his little script that he got memorized, he be like, I nailed it. In the back of his head, he was like, I nailed it. You know what I mean? Because he just be talking it, he be going. But Trump is a you know what I mean? I should have did my I did a public speaking class. I should have did my presentation on Donald Trump. I think I did mine on Beanie Siegel. You know what I mean? Kept it there. You know, but who's really voting? And because you voting, is that because you don't vote? Is that like, you're so less of a human, unfriend me. You don't vote, you're unfriended. Oh, you didn't vote blue, unfriended. Is it there? Are we there as a people, as black people? Again, we're looking at the issues within the black and brown community. And what's dividing us within the black and brown community even more than what we talked about in previous episodes is our political division. Even though we know that nothing, I don't see, I mean, I still don't see how these laws, you know what I mean, is benefiting black folks, especially when we still walk around here talking about Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. You know what I mean? If we still out here rooting that shit, what are these laws? What are y'all voting for? We still we still voting to be considered human. Shit. I mean, in the it's oh man, they killing us and not getting sent to prison. We killing us and getting life sentences. So when it comes to these laws and when it comes to voting and stuff, yes, it's important. But when it comes to black folks, is it important to black folks? Because we still make it do what it do. We still made it do with nothing. When we had nothing. I don't know about y'all, but we made syrup sandwiches. We made mayonnaise sandwiches. It was no thing. Cause we didn't have nothing. We didn't have no guidance, nobody to show us and tell us the nourishment that we can get from fruits and vegetables, the nourishments that we can get if we had the right fruit and vegetables and the right produce and the right food in our neighborhoods. You know, we got local community, we got local organizations that's focused in doing these things right here, making sure that the people in the community are getting fed the right foods because they are surrounded by food swamps. You know what I mean? Where there's no healthy produce within a 10-mile radius, within a mile radius of their home. You know, so these organizations is doing more than these local laws, but then y'all come back and say, well, these organizations is getting the money because these local laws allow them to get the no, no. At the end of the day, these organizations is doing the work because that is what needs to be done. Period. Period. These organizations is out here teaching sustainability within our community because that's what needs to be done because that's something that we wasn't taught growing up. I fuck with the home ec program. You know what I mean? I learned how to cook eggs when I was in home ec. Fuck you mean? You know what I mean? And some I don't even eat eggs to this day, so that might explain, you know what I mean? I'm not a cooker, all right? But I did learn some basics. All right, said all that to say, but that wasn't too long. You know what I mean? They took that home ec class out of there fast. You know, so coming back to say you know, we're voting for these people who's not voting to benefit us at the end of the day because that's what the fuck is happening. I've been to council meetings where the councilman, he said, every day I have to make decisions and it's going to upset half of this room. And then one of the persons from the community, well, he said, well, how come it always have to be us? And that's what it was. It was a black councilman making these decisions that's always, against the people, always against his own people. Look at how nicely gentrified the east side is. We go into these restaurants and see not a damn piece of color in there besides the people who's working there. I mean, go ahead and walk into these businesses. I mean, it's dope that they supporting, these white folks and their white money are supporting these black businesses and stuff like that. But look at the area, and it's crazy. I just heard this last night. I heard that a group of Trumpers have been meeting at Manual High School on the east side of Denver, where I graduated from, where you know what I mean. It's crazy. I heard that a whole lot of Trumpers has just been meeting there every Monday. You know what I mean? Monday evening type shit. I don't drive at night. I wasn't gonna get down here and be like, oh y'all fucking go. Nah, it ain't that kind of party, man. Excuse me. But I'm saying all that to say, when it come to local, when it come to these laws, and when it comes to these, with them passing these laws and stuff like that, that's affecting us. Yes, it's going to affect us. But then there's organizations that make sure that we do still stay stable, that we still do stay on our toes, that we still do make it through the storm, that we can weather through the storm. You know what I mean? And that's where I feel like putting a lot of this emphasis on voting is blown out of proportion. You know what I mean? Talking about your ancestors died so you can vote. No, nigga, your ancestors died so you could vote. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna tell you what my ancestors were doing because y'all ain't ready for that conversation. All right? That's a conversation y'all ain't ready for. All right? But I know they wasn't dying so I could vote. I know that much. Period. Sure. So I mean, it's coming back to, is voting important? Yes, of course. And no. Why? I explained that. All right. Should we vote collectively? No, fuck no. That's taking your choice away. If you want to, then it's your choice. If you want to vote for whoever you want to vote for, just vote for who you want to vote for, period. If you want to vote. You still my guy. I know what kind of person you are. Just because somebody doesn't vote does not make them a disgusting human being. If I know my nigga's solid, if I know I can count on him to watch my kids if I'm in a punch, if I'm in a situation, if I know he around the corner, and if he can, you know what I mean? And he tell me he don't vote, but I know he'll watch my kids and my kids will be safe in his protection. We still rocking. You know what I mean? So that's what it's coming down to. A lot of, with me hating election season, it's you see where your stands will show someone's true colors. Your stance on who you're voting for, or if you're voting, or why you're not voting, will show someone's true. It can be anybody. It could be somebody who you don't even converse with. All of a sudden, they got something to say about voting because you said something. All of a sudden, but they ain't say nothing else. They ain't say nothing when you started a business. They ain't say nothing when you had your first 15 kids. They ain't say nothing when you had got fired from your own business and started another business that made 13,000 times more than you was making at the other one. But say you don't vote and watch all these people who come out and say something. Just that could even just be a test. I mean, I don't want to put y'all out there to lie, just to prove a point, but it would be interesting just so y'all can see. And then it's always black folks stepping down on black folks. It's always black folks stepping down on black folks. So when it comes to solutions and voting, all right, support your local nonprofits. Support the nonprofits that are doing the work, the real work. Because when first of all these laws is not doing anything to benefit us. All right, they still sweeping the homeless. My cousin's still locked up. You know what I mean? Snitch is still running around. You got chomos getting out. These niggas need to die. Sure, all of them, man. These laws ain't doing nothing that's benefiting us. All right, but these local organizations, these right ones, not all of them. There's a lot of them that's on some bullshit. To be honest with you, there's a lot of them that's out here for some very selfish reasons, not thinking about nobody else but themselves in mind. They want to get famous. You know what I mean? You got to watch out for those ones. You know what I mean? Or you can get sucked in with them. But focus and just watch and pay attention to what nonprofits are doing. Not what they're saying, but what they are doing. All right, and put your support in them. So that's where we're gonna turn our solution to on this episode right here. You know what I mean? Because we know even if these laws are helping us, it's little incremental, stuff that we don't even see and can barely tell how it is affecting us type of deal. But if we have these nonprofits like Make a Chess Move out here not only playing chess with the youth, but teaching them how to teach other youth and other community members how to play chess while getting paid for it. You know what I mean? And also the thinking skills of a chess player and applying that to real life. Out of that, our youth are becoming businessmen. They're starting businesses. They're starting nonprofits. They're becoming more involved with their families. They're completing college, coming from a gang banging family. These youth are starting other businesses. Malcolm youth. All right. They still gang banging. I ain't telling them don't gang bang. I'm not one time. I mean, they know I don't like that atmosphere. They know I don't fuck with the whole gangster, you know what I mean, persona and that whole aura nowadays because the shit is disgusting. But they also know that I'm gonna meet them right where they at. I'm not gonna expect them to be up here and not be on no gang banging shit. I'm gonna expect them to, you know what I mean? When you come in, you ain't gotta tuck your flag or you ain't gotta put your flag away. I want you to be comfortable. I want you to be, be cool in your space. Be you in your space. This is your space too. We ain't just looking down on them. All right? We ain't just shutting doors on them. We walking with them. We letting them fuck up. We letting them make mistakes. But we still walking with them. We'll let them go do their thing for a while they doing so they can learn on their own. They can touch a few hot stoves. But we'll still walk with them. Pick them up along the way. Dust their pants and their shoes off so they can keep it moving. But we still walking with them. And that's more than what these laws are doing for these black and brown babies in these communities. All right. That's what I got for today, man. You know what I mean? Got a little bit of Joe, but the convo I ain't got no more. You know what I mean? That's today's episode. I think I touched on everything that I wanted to with this one. I know a lot of black folk don't care about voting, and that's fine. That's cool. But do something in the community if you don't care about voting. If you're not a voter, what are you doing to build up our community? All right. That's you supporting a nonprofit by volunteering, by purchasing supplies, making donations. If that's you mentoring, whatever the case may be, it is of value. It is of value. Ooh, excuse me. But don't be in and out. It has to be consistent just to make this clear. Just to make this very clear. I know a lot of black people do not vote. Again, that is fine. But a solution to that, so you're just not voting and talking shit and stuff like that, get involved with your community. And what I mean by that is get involved with these local organizations that's working in the community, that's working with your students, that's working with your babies. Get involved with them. They doing a whole lot more than these laws are doing for us right now. Figure out different ways to support them. Again, if it's mentoring, if it's buying supplies, if it's making a donation, whatever the case may be. If anybody wants to, if you asking how can I make a donation to Malcolm, you can go to our makeachessmove.org page, and there's a donation link on there where you can hit that donation on there. You know what I mean? Any donation. What they say, the best nation is a donation. The best donation is a nation. Get it right, nigga. Yeah, but I ain't got no more, man. I'm just jibber jabbering right now. You know what I mean? I went through my clothes change. If y'all seen me earlier, I wasn't in the same outfit that I'm in right now. I had went and got my clothes changed on them. Boom, 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 boom. That's my mood. That's all I got. Yeah, I'm done with y'all. I ain't got no more. I'm out of Joe. Peace.